Hi, and welcome. It's Margaret Seconet, and welcome to my channel today. So here's a question. How can we benefit by knowing the Flying Star Feng Shui energies of our homes? Now, in every building or house or home, there are good and bad pulses or sectors that affect our daily lives. And knowing how and who gets affected, whether it's good or bad, depends on who occupies this sectors or this area of the homes or our businesses. Now, the best cure is to be, of course, aware of the influences each month and thereby knowing how to take advantage of it, of the beneficial energies of that particular area, or avoiding the unfavorable influences too. So either way, through, by enhancing the good energies or avoiding it or finding a remedy or a cure for that particular sector. Now, knowing the effects of the influences allows us to take appropriate measures and actions to actually pacify or minimize any negative energies that is in that particular sector. So do not get too worried or upset or, be fearful when you come across such a particular sector which is negative. And, with the appropriate knowledge of the Flying Star Feng Shui, we can actually have the ability to balance and any of these energies, or we can also take appropriate measures or compensate the lack of an element to bring more harmony or more auspiciousness to a certain palace. Now, if a palace is really particularly bad, then of course avoidance is the best cure. So, not to panic when you find that your bedroom or main door or office is located in such an area or is affected by negative energy for the month, as this is only a temporary influence, and we can also avoid it. Now, these are some of the things to keep in mind, just the general highlights of, when you know the energy, the Flying Star Feng Shui energies of the area. So first off, you can use the good areas more or less, and lessen the use of the areas that have the negative energies. So, for example, if your living room is affected by conflicting energies, try not to play loud music or activate it by, using that by using it less for that particular month. And by keeping the area quiet, you can actually successfully, manipulate the effects of the energies. Okay. So there's another thing that you can remember too. Now, if it's actually an area where there's bad energies, then of course it's possible for you to either use another door temporarily for that particular month. Now, using the good energies or the good sectors to solve existing problems or challenges, whether they concern relationship or money matters, is also a good way of using the knowledge of the Flying Star Feng Shui energy of that particular sector. Now, if your main door is affected and this is the only door that you have, you should actually, of course, knowing that maybe that month the energy is not that great, you can actually take more precaution and during that affected month. And you will also know that it's not really such a great time to be taking risks and to take extra precaution on all the levels that affects you personally, like your health, your finances as well. So September is the 8th month of the Chou metal ox year, which runs from September 8 to October 7, 2021. So this month, the loss and violence star number 7 flies to the center of your home, of course, bringing along with it energy to that particular sector. Okay, so what you see here is, you know, is a chart, the Flying Star Feng Shui uh, chart for the month of September, which runs from September 7 to October 7. And as you can see here, um, the number 7, okay, loss and violence star takes over from the prosperity star. Now, the big numbers are the annual stars, and the smaller numbers are your monthly flying star for the month. Flying stars for the month. Okay. So as you can see here in the center, the number 7 takes over from the prosperity star last month as the center number this month, and of course bringing its energies of its inauspicious energy of violence, money loss, and betrayal. The number 7 is in the center is kind of dangerous because it's it's also the earth element, which is in the center, and of course can strengthen the metal element of the number 7 star. And because of the fact that it's in the center, then that energy affects everyone in the home. So at work, the number 7 can also make life pretty unpleasant, and you can have unsupportive or office politics or bosses or staffs or colleagues that might create some, unpleasantness or some kind of problem at the office. Now, as you can also see here from this chart, that lucky sectors is shifted to the secondary sectors of the property, which is the southwest, the northwest, the southeast, or the northeast, and these sectors benefit, of course, from activities and actions. And the west also, as you can see here, is pretty lucky this month, and the north-south axis is a bit troublesome. And so I mean the use of these particular sectors is is a little bit impacted, and so of course we have to be a little bit more careful and cautious. Now, here are the flying star energies for the month for each sector, and I've highlighted some of the things to remember for each sector. So for the southeast, again, in each of the 9 grids, you will find 2 numbers. The big number indicates the annual star, and the smaller number indicates the monthly star. So to find out which direction your house faces and which direction or each of your rooms are, I would suggest that you use a reliable compass to determine these directions or locations. Now, with classical feng shui, I know some people have actually been asking me whether the main door is in the north or whatever, or if we use the main door, if we always use the main door as the north, to be in the north sector. Now, with classical feng shui, you'll be looking for the magnetic north to base and determine your properties and facing direction, as well as your main door facing direction. Okay, so there's another school of feng shui that uses that actually always use the door, the north for their main door. Now, in classical feng shui, we use the compass to determine the different locations and directions of each of our sectors in the home. Okay, so for here, as you can see here in this chart, you have the southeast sectors, which has the heaven star flying into it. Now it's the heaven star number 6. Now this brings good fortune for the southeast facing houses, and for those in this particular sector, it actually helps and activates the mentor or nobleman luck or helpful people luck. It also brings new opportunities and second chances. It actually, how do you call this? Really helps in suppressing the effects of the annual 5 yellow star in this southeast sector. The one, when the number 6 flies into this southeast sector, it actually weakens the annual number 5 stars. Now you can also treat this area with metal cues because it will actually just enhance the energy of the number 6 star, and also thereby weakening the annual number 5. Is The number 6 is a kind of a compassionate money star, and it does affect the lungs, the large intestines and head, and can also affect the patriarch, or the eldest male in the household. And in period 8, it is considered an auspicious star. It also governs wealth, leadership, success, and ambition. And it's particularly good for politicians, leaders, or anyone involved in the jewelry business. Now, those with those with a main door or office and study area in this particular sector will actually benefit this month with regards to business and career. Now, however, if this area is also your bedroom, it can cause a little bit of problem for the eldest male as well, and and also problems in health that can affect the throat or the legs, or breathing problems. And if you do have a bedroom in this area, you can actually use some watercolors like blue, black, gray, or and in your rug, your duvet, your coverings, and you also have to avoid using red colors or candles for this particular area in this particular month. Okay. Now we come to the south sector, which has the number 2 illness star flying into this sector this month, and what happens here is that the elements of the annual number 1 and the monthly star works together to basically weaken the monthly influence of the number 2 star. And using metal cures can also help the number 1 star, and as well as weaken the number 2 star here. So of course, the illness star number 2 brings illness to those illness energy to those who are in the south sector, or who are probably who are sleeping in this sector. And this is actually particularly concerning, especially in today's environment with the virus continuing to spread in most part of the world. Now, the number 2 Earth star actually affects the stomach, digestive system, and it also can affect the matriarch as well, the eldest female. And overall, it's not really that great. It's an inauspicious energy, and of course, we need to have the remedies and the cure to suppress these negative energies. And there's also some caution to be had if you're spending a lot of time in this area, and you should be careful of what you eat, and maybe it's a good time to think about a lifestyle change, or a change in the lifestyle, especially for men who actually spends a lot of time in this area. Now, when you're using metal cures, please avoid triangular or sharp shapes. And if you have women or ladies that are expecting, probably it's best not to use this particular sector as your bedroom. And if there is really no choice, then I would suggest that you put in the necessary cures. And if you're also sleeping in this particular area, make sure that the crown of your head is in your personal Tianyi direction. And again, try to keep this area as quiet as possible. No renovation, no digging, and no building work. Now, if this part of your building is a bathroom, utility room, guest room, or a room that's not particularly used or not an important room, then do not panic. This is good news because you don't need to do anything to this particular sector. And there's really no need for you to put any cures in there for this particular room or area for this month. And again, avoid the um, open flames. Do not use any bright lights in this area as well. And if you have a room that's well used or that's being used, actively used, then it's really a call for you to actually install the necessary metal cures in place and perhaps lessen the disturbance and or avoid using this area if at all possible. Okay. Now we come to the southwest sector of this of the property, and we have the monthly number 4 auspicious star flying to the southwest, and we also have the sweet pole in this particular sector. So the both of these annual and monthly stars are of the wood element, and unfortunately we will need to have to just leave this area and not try to enhance the auspicious star, nor do we want to weaken the inauspicious star, as both of them have the same element. So the safest way is please not to put any wood or water cures. And what you can do is just maybe use this area as a place where you can actually put some family pictures or your vision board, as the number 4 governs romance, career, travel, academic pursuits, as well as self-development. So it does take a turn for the good with this number 4 star making, flying into this sector. So it also is probably a good area for people who are in the literary or academic fields to work in this particular area for this month. But note that the both stars having the wood element energies can cause a little bit of a problem in terms of relationship between family members. So again, remove all these the water elements that you have, and from this sector. And having a door in this area can actually also bring opportunities in travel, and and it is perfect for a company that deals with travel or printing if they have a main door in this particular sector at this particular month. Now, again, as in any of these, whether it's an auspicious or inauspicious energy that is located in any particular sector of your home, if you have any poison arrows like lamp pylons, large corners of the house pointing at you, then of course the energies of that particular area will be enhanced or whatever. So when you have poison arrows pointing at your home in that particular area, and the energy is not really auspicious, so what it does is just kind of magnifies the inauspicious energies of that place. Now, even if it's auspicious, because of the fact that you have all these poison arrows directing at that particular sector, then the energies will actually turn into more or less a negative energy. Okay. So and with the number 4 having a poison arrows directed at that particular sector, as you can very well know, number 4 is also the romance star. It can also bring both wanted and unwanted romantic opportunities to the household if the cures are not put in place. Okay. So here we are with the East sector, which we have to be aware of because the number 5, 5 yellow star flies into the East this month. And this is also where the annual 3 killing is located. And unfortunately, we will need to weaken the number 5 star with energy with the metal cures, which will also affect the auspicious energy of the annual number 4. Now, to balance this out, you need to introduce some metal cures along with some wood cures to keep both, of this element calm and even. So, although the number 5 yellow is in the east and is a little bit weak, it can also still cause problems with relationship and, maybe create some mental blocks as well. Now, the tendency probably to make mistake is also high. So, double check all the work that you're actually doing. If you're submitting some reports and official documentations, this can, double check them, please, because it can help prevent mistakes that can probably even be costly for you. So, when the number 5 is disturbed, of course, it has very negative energies that can bring sickness, loss of wealth, tragedy, and that type. So do be careful with it. Stillness and quiet, quiet silence is probably the best, along with metal cure, is probably the best remedy for this particular sector at this time. And avoid, of course, using fire energy or like using the colors of red. And of course, do not use candles in this particular area this month. If you're using metal decorations or objects, please make sure that they are round in shape, not menacing looking, they're not sharp, okay? And to help dissipate the negative influences of this particular sector, in this particular sector this month. And again, you must not disturb this area inside or out with renovations, knocking, drilling noises. So please be careful if you have to do any work. And if you have a main door here, you should keep this area quiet as well. Overall, it's a very inauspicious star and needs either cures or avoidance this month in this area. Otherwise, it can cause many problems. Okay. Now, the center, as I was mentioning to you earlier, is cause for concern as it affects all homes. Doesn't matter if your house is facing northeast, southwest, or whatever. It affects all homes because we all have a center and office spaces, and there will be probably more cases of cheating and violence and robbery as well, as because of both monthly and annual stars being of the metal elements. The excess of metal energies can cause misunderstandings to escalate, maybe to even physical violence. Cheating involving large amounts of money and betrayals might also increase this month. We definitely have to weaken the monthly star, as it is much safer to weaken a negative star than to try to treat both. So you can leave your annual cures in place this month because, but please introduce some water cures and colors in the center. Definitely no metal wind chimes, no candles, or any fire elements or colors in this area. Good colors can be blue or black. Avoid earth tone colors or fire colors. If you have an office in this area or main door, please again be careful with people. Always look for the small print when you're signing any documents. And maybe normally you can trust people and thought you could trust, but still be a little bit careful. And if you have a window or a door, just double check on the securities. It pays also to avoid taking unnecessary risks. And this month, there are also indications of misunderstandings, pressure, and business rivalries that could also lead to losses. This particular sector, the center, is probably not that great for writers and artists. And as much as possible, keep this center area a little bit more quiet. But cures can be placed to dissipate the negative influence for this month. As I mentioned earlier, it's temporary, so do not worry. Now keep this area quiet. And again, doors and windows should be kept closed this month. Okay. So we go next to the west sector, which is actually where the prosperous number 8 wealth star is located, and now it's magnified by the number 9 magnifying star. To making this area even more fortunate. And activating this sector, of course, brings more good opportunities. And so take advantage of the good energies to formulate probably future plans in your business or in your career. If looking for new business ideas, have your meetings and brainstorming sessions in the West. So it's a very fruitful month for those residing in this sector. Now we can use fire colors such as red and earthen color and candles to feed the inherent energy of the monthly star and also enhance the annual star. So, but I would not recommend using wood cures, as this will actually destroy the good energy of the annual number 8 star. There is growth and improvement, when you use this particular sector. But, there, of course, again, as I mentioned earlier, there could be problem if you have poison arrows directed to this area this month. So, if that is the case, it may cause some problems for the middle daughter. It could affect also the heart, stomach, or related problems. I mean, it could actually cause some of these kind of problems and problems at work when you do have pylons, arrows, or sharp pointed objects directed to this particular area this month. So, but in general, this is a especially good area for those in studies. And if this is actually a family area, then we encourage you to use it. And if you have children that are in school, maybe they can also use this area to study. Now, couples with a bedroom in this location can also enjoy good relationships as well. Now we come to the northeast sector, and here we have the number 9 and the number 1 monthly star, and we do get a completion luck and the sum of 10. So the number 1 victory star flying into the northeast is also where the Tai Sui is located this year. So with 2 clashing elements of the number 9 and the number 1, which is water and fire, we will need to introduce some cures, and to balance the energy, you can probably use some metal cures, round in shape, to help enhance the relationship. And if this is a bedroom or any other important room, would benefit from having these round objects as well. Do not have any quartz crystals, especially large ones. Activating this area can bring in new opportunities and improve also on the relationships as well, and maybe some good gains in financial investment. Blues, black, of course, are good, how do you call this, colors for these sectors. Now, again, concerning poison arrows, if you also do have any of these directed at this particular sector, then of course it can cause physical problems as well, and also some problems for the middle sun. But generally, again, it is not, not something to worry about, as the number 1 star is actually a timely and an auspicious star. So, with the completion star, it does bring in good indications of maybe promotion, more customers for your business, more, how do you call this, other, business perks as well. So, in this fast-paced environment at work, there can be actually a cause for concern for the risk of illnesses. So, just make sure that you have, you do eat properly, you do take your meals regularly, keep yourself hydrated. Because, if you ignore your physical health, then of course you know what the consequences are going to be. Okay? Now, the North sector has the influence of the number 3. And of course, we have the number 2 illness star in this sector as well. So there is, of course, concern, and we have to be very, very careful, because there's a possibility of arguments, backstabbing, loss of wealth. So as much as possible, if you cannot not use this area, or if you have a main door here, then take some of this precautionary measure by having your how do you call it, by leaving your metal cures in place, because you would probably, I hope, have them already in place for this year. And as the balance of wood, earth, and metal here, will actually will be good to dissipating some of the monthly energies, as well as the energy of the annual star. Now, do not introduce any fire cures or candles in this particular sector for this month. And again, if you have an important room or main door or office, then be careful when you're doing documentation work, signing stuff, because a clash of elements here do indicate some sort of conflict and discord. And, so relationship might suffer if you have a bedroom here. So again, the thing to consider is to keep this sector as quiet as possible. No digging, no loud music, no renovations or work inside or outside of this property. Okay, so that's for the North sector. Now, the Northwest sector, benefits by having the prosperous number 8 star flying into this sector, bringing it good fortune for the patriarch and for leaders who actually might be, who uses the Northwest sector of their properties. But as in anything, don't jump into commitments, and before checking all the pros and cons. And because you have to remember that the Northwest sector also houses the annual number 7 lost star. And, although this next few weeks, if you do use this sector, it might be beneficial. It might bring some good benefits. And, but just make sure that the number 7 remedies are in place. And you can do some, wealth enhancer. But the thing is, you have to be aware also of overworking, because this can again affect your health. If you do have an office here, and if you also have a bedroom, the additional work might bring good income, but it can also be stressful. It can also affect your health. So be particularly careful. You don't want to have high blood pressure or any kidney problems, right? So do not place any heavy metals in this area, as it will actually just weaken the good earth of the number 8 and actually just enhance number 7. So you don't need to do that. So when activated correctly, we can bring some good energies and good fortune into this particular area. And one way of activating a particular sector, of course, is by human activities or by just using this area a lot more, okay, or frequently as much as possible. Unless you have been told by, if you have consulted a feng shui, a consultant, then if you've been advised not to use this particular area, then that is something personal, then you have to follow that professional advice. So again, please do not use the fire energy, and if it's too strong, it can also cause problem for the annual star. Some of the ways to do it is just to actually just use colors in your covers, rug tray, table covers, sofa, or whatever. Just introducing some of the colors in instead of using the fire element itself. Okay, so basically, let's summarize. Okay, so to summarize the energies for this particular month of September, we have to be aware that the center sector has now the number 7 loss and violent star, so you have to be a little bit more careful of that. Lucky stars have already moved to the secondary sectors, are now in the secondary sectors, and when activated, the northeast can bring completion luck, the southeast can bring new opportunities, the southwest can bring love, wisdom, good relationship, and the northwest can actually, hopefully bring some wealth. Now the west also has the good energies for this month. It's doubly magnified, and we of course could benefit by activating this sector. And so this is on the only cardinal direction that is lucky this month anyway. So it's the year's prosperity star gets magnified, indicating that the activating the west can boost your money and investment luck. If you're playing the stock market, pay attention. Again, it would be great to just use this particular sector this month. Okay. Now in the east, the monthly 5 yellow flies into the east sector this month. So it's particularly, uh, I don't need to say it, but if you can avoid using the east sector this month, then do so. Okay. Now the north and south axis is dangerous because it is impacted by some of the troublesome stars this month, and you have to be a little bit more cautious and careful. And of course, some of the risks can come from illnesses or quarrels or even lawsuits. So, I would suggest that you remedy the afflictions as suggested for each particular sector. And hopefully, this short video on the Flying Star Feng Shui of this particular month could actually help you and some of your goals and challenges. Again, the monthly stars and energies are sort of a temporary short-term, are for short-term and temporary goals that you might have currently. Okay, so for you use this the Flying Star Feng Shui for the month for this type of situation. Okay. Now, for other long terms, of course, you're looking at the permanent, as well as the yearly flying star energies of your property. So it's Margaret Seconet saying goodbye for now. And I would like to thank you for joining me in this session and hope that you like and subscribe to if you haven't actually subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe to my channel so you can get the notification of my upcoming videos as well. And I do have a website that you can also check, and hopefully you'll be registering with me on my upcoming courses and seminars as well. So I hope you have a good and successful September. Bye bye for now.